You guys saw this video, but as everybody jumps on, I'm going to screen share and I'm going to play some of it because it had a huge impact on me a couple weeks ago. I absolutely loved it. So as everybody jumps on, I'm going to play a little bit of it. And let me screen share myself here. Okay, here we go. So we'll kick it off in just a few minutes, guys.
It's totally different, and it's not about the product for me as much as it is about the process. And what I mean about the process saved my life. You see, my mother had me when she was 15 years old, right? Over on the east side of Atlanta, we came up in this neighborhood by the name of Kirkwood, drug dealer on every corner, gang members in the neighborhood, 2-bedroom home, 14 people. We used to sleep on the floor. Got the opportunity to sleep in the bed one time out of the week. There was 6 of us in the bed, 3 at the foot, 3 at the head. And I came up with this dream pretty quick. I said, man, I want to go to the NFL because I had 8 uncles in that house, all 8 of which are still going in and out of prison. And so pretty quick, I said, man, I want to go to the NFL. So I went to my big cousin tomorrow one night. I said, man, listen, I want to go to the NFL, so we got to work for this thing. So the thing we're going to do every night, we're going to be patient, we're going to engage in consistent action. Every night, we're going to race light pole to light pole, no shoes. So every night, we would get out in the street, race light pole to light pole. One night, a coach came down the street. He signed me and my cousins up for organized sports, right? First time being in organized sports. We get in organized sports. The thing was, after practice, everybody would leave to go home. And I always had to sit on the bench and wait on my mother because she worked that way. And so when my mother would show up in the park, it would be about 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. So I'm sitting there, and when my mother would pull up, she drove an old Beard Regal, hubcaps off the car seats, torn up, the car was all beat up. And she would pull up in the park 10:30 at night. I would jump off the bench, I would sprint over to my mother, I would say, Mom, if you don't mind, can you please sit back in your car and turn on your car lights? I have to do some extra drills. I have to go to the NFL so I never have to work another day in my life. And I knew my mother was tired. And every night, my mother would sit back in that car and those car lights would hit that film. And he had a 7-year-old kid doing backcountry drills, running sprints, running laps, chasing his dream to go to the NFL. But just beyond those car lights, I could always connect with my mother's eyes. So it made me dig a little bit deeper. It made me push myself a little bit further. It made me work a little bit harder. It created a certain level of sweat equity in what I was doing. It created a certain level of pride in what I was doing. You know why people quit? People don't have pride in what they do. You know why people stop? They're selfish and it's just about them. When you have a bigger purpose to why you're doing what you're doing and you want to honor the sacrifices that others have made for you, it's nothing for you to keep going when you hit adversity. If every decision and choice you make is just about you, at a certain point you're going to hit something that's a lot tougher than you that's going to make you quit because you don't have a driving force for why you do what you do. But when I got up to the University of Tennessee, it was simple. It was simple for me to give everything I had. My freshman year, I played special teams. My sophomore season, I broke the starting lineup, had a really strong sophomore season. The summer heading into my junior year, I still remember the day where I was sitting in our film room. I was watching film on the California Bears. My defensive backs coach, Larry Slade, came in the room. He said, Inky, I got some good news for you. I dropped the click. I said, what is it? He said, man, you're a projected top 30 draft pick, son. He said, all you have to do is play the next 10 football games. You're an automatic multi-millionaire. I went out of the room. I called my mother and my grandmother on the three-way. I said, after this season, there would be no more struggle. I said, we would never miss another meal. I said, we would never experience another Christmas when we had to stand on the side of the curb and just be grateful. I hung it up. First football game, I went out, played great, got an interception, shut Cal down. Second game, we played against Air Force, got late in the game, fourth quarter, guy dropped back, he threw the ball to a receiver coming down my sideline. Me and the guy, we went head on. As soon as I hit the guy, I felt as if every breath in my body left. Body went completely left, fell to the ground, I blacked out. Never happened to me. When my eyes opened, I'll never forget, my teammates ran over, they said, hey, get up, let's go. I said, I can't. I said, I can't move. He said, what do you mean you can't move? You're a lockdown corner, man, we need you, let's go. I said, I know, man, but this time I can't move. I flipped my head up to the sky, I said, God. I said, surely nothing is happening in this moment that can alter my life. They got me over to the hospital, they took me back, they ran CAT scans, they brought me back into my room, and all in a 15-second time frame, the doctor came running in from the opposite side. He said, hey, get in here, we gotta rush this guy back to emergency surgery, he's about to die. I said, what? He said, son, you have busted up the clavien artery in your chest, you're bleeding internally, we have to rush you back, take the main vein out of your left leg, plug it into your chest in order to save your life. When I opened my eyes from recovery, the same doctor was over me. He said, son, I have some good news and some bad news for you. I said, you got some bad news for me? After telling me I was about to die, I'm still alive. How bad can it get? I'm still here. He said, the good news is we saved your life. I said, thank you, sir. He said, the bad news is, Ink, you have nerve damage in your right shoulder. I said, okay, cool. He said, but son, it's a strong possibility that you probably can never play the game of football again in your life. I said, no way. I said, no disrespect to you, Doc, but I've been working for this ever since I was 7 years old. I said, no disrespect to you, Doc, but you wasn't in the park with me and my mother. I was 7 years old and she was sitting in that Buick Regal that she got done working at Wendy's. No disrespect to you, Doc, but you didn't come up in that two-bedroom home, 14 people sleeping on the floor. No disrespect to you, Doc, but you didn't miss those meals and stay focused and never made an excuse. I never cheated. I never cheated. Like my conscience still until this day won't let me cheat. Like I can't cheat. I can't look myself in the mirror and say, Ink, you did a good job knowing that I cheat. I can't cheat. One of the greatest pieces of advice that my mother gave me was this: son, whenever you start, you make sure you finish. And the problem with the world today, people get involved with things, and if they don't like a certain person, if they don't like the process, if it's not what they thought it was, they quit. And what they don't understand about quitting becomes a habit that doesn't just affect you. Later on in life, when you get a wife, when you get some kids, when you get a family, it's going to come back to haunt you, and it will one day affect them. That is why I tell you the process is more important than the product. It's not even about the outcome for me. It's about, can you take pride in what you do as an individual every night when you look in the mirror, knowing that you gave everything you had to it. And we have to get to the point where we're willing to impose our will on certain things. Impose your will on it. My life totally changed. And they gave me an opportunity to stop. And most people, when you give them an opportunity to stop while they're chasing something, they take advantage of it because they feel as if, man, why would this have to happen to me? I felt as if, why not me? This is the perfect opportunity to use this to be a blessing to somebody else. And you know what? It's not even about me to be truthful. It's not even about me now. It's about me paying the people that invested in me and saw something in me when I couldn't see it in myself. At a certain point in life, it can't just be about you. And the moment that we understand that, and every day we wake up, we understand that life is a blessing and life is a gift. And if you were to check out today, how would you want to be remembered? It's bigger than you.
Whew. Love, 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 love that video. So I think that's a great video going into fourth quarter, okay? A lot of you guys have some pretty phenomenal, some phenomenal goals going on that are hard, that are really, really scary. And the scarier they are, the harder you're gonna have to work and the more you're gonna want to quit, okay? I thought that was a perfect video heading into fourth quarter on this. I know that a lot of times we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and I think pressure is a good thing. You know, we have a diamond group going, and you know, I always love that saying, you know, diamonds are made. They just handle pressure exceptionally well. I love that. And that's how it is, whether you're an emerald, whether you're a diamond, whether you're a star diamond, whatever you're shooting for as far as rank for the fourth quarter, just don't quit. That's all I can say. And I feel like I'm looking at everybody on this call, and everybody has some really legitimate reasons and excuses on why they could and why life is really, really, really challenging right now. So that's a clip that I'm probably going to be watching almost every day, to be honest. That's something I need to hear. Impose your will on what you're doing, and just don't quit, because heading into fourth quarter, you're probably going to feel that, I don't want to say wait, but it's a fast-paced movement. People are going to be talking about goals, and people are going to be talking about whether it's premier or lead or certain goals. And I just want you guys to all go into whatever your goals are and just give it everything that you have. And whatever you do, please don't quit. Please, 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 please don't quit. You're going to have a lot of reasons why you could, and maybe mentally why you think you should. But I'm telling you, this is worth it, whatever your personal goals are. So anyway, that was shared by Kim Kendall in our team page, and I thought that it was a really, really awesome video. So I wanted to share that as RB's logging in. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and kickstart this. I'm going to go over some reminders about September and then jump into some things that we're going to have upcoming in October and November, and then get into a little bit of the training that Keyshawn did this past weekend at the Dynasty United retreat too. Okay, so reminders. Health Bet, obviously. Got a couple days left on that. So make sure you guys are plugging away at that. I've had a really challenging time, I have to be very honest, the past week and a half, juggling, I think, the group and going back and forth between the app. I've had a really hard time with that. But lead from the front on that. Make sure that you guys are utilizing that if you're in the groups. And if you are missing things, take some time tonight and go back, okay? So make sure that you guys are logging everything in. Another reminder too for Success Club for this month is the yoga mat. That's something that I don't usually touch on, but I think people need to be reminded that not only are you changing lives, not only is this a personal goal that people are setting to help at least 3 new people a month, you also get a reward from that. So this month is the yoga mat, which is super, super awesome. Now, Core de Force. I can't see everybody on here, but I'm hoping that a lot of you guys have had a chance to look at the sneak peek on Core de Force. And it's only a minute and a half. I'm going to screen share it real quickly and then tell you guys a little bit more. They're going to have a sneak peek coming up in October for that, so we're all going to be able to try that on Beachbody On Demand. So let me screen share it. It's only a minute and a half, but if you guys have seen it, awesome. If you haven't, make sure you watch it so you know that this is something maybe for your market to do, and we can actually talk about maybe launch groups coming up as well. Or interest groups. Okay, so let me screen share this too. Yeah, it's going to be on October 3rd. So let me screen share real quick. Okay, so here it is, and it's only a minute and a half.
If you really want to change your body, the only thing that matters is if you're ready to fight for it. Beachbody brought together super trainers Jericho McMatthews and Joel Freeman to create Core de Force. This is not plain Jane kickboxing. This is the ultimate mixed martial arts style body shaping program with constant core rotational movement to blast away the fat, knock down serious weight, and carve your entire core and make you feel like a total badass in just 30 days. Yeah, he did this in 30 days. 3, 2, 1, go. Quick. Use your core, man. Come on. Knock out.
You got this!
Boom! With 3-minute rounds, just like a real boxing match, you're spiking your heart rate to burn the calories and shed the fat. Hey, it's just 3 minutes, so give it everything you've got. And for the best results, you don't stop fighting till you hear the bell.
We leave it all in the ring right here. Boom.
Nice job.
You earned that one.
There's no equipment needed, because with Core de Force, your body is your resistance, and every move forces your core to respond. So anyone can use these core rotational moves to achieve extraordinary results. Want to lose the belly? You'll attack it in every second of Core de Force. You really can get the results if you're ready to fight for it. Learn more at coredeforce.com, #CoreDeForce.
All right. Okay, so let me mute everybody real quick. Okay, so yeah, so no weights. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it because I got to do a workout this past weekend, and it is super fun, super fast. I love it because there's no equipment involved, so it's not going to be like a hammer and chisel where you're going to have to be alternating between weights and resistance bands and things like that. Now, I love to dance and do Insanity and the high cardio stuff. This is a high cardio program. With that being said as well, there were some moves. It took me a little bit of time, guys, to get. Like it's very fast in that way. Now, it builds on itself. So the one that we did, it built on itself. So you did a move, and then a lot of it was them saying the moves, and once you knew what the moves were, then they could say it, and then you'd stack different combinations like that. So that's something that I did. It was super fun. Obviously, Joel and Jericho, if you guys aren't familiar with some of the Les Mills programs, they've got incredible energy. Jericho had a baby this past year, so she's kind of a new mom going through that transition. She looks phenomenal now, but I think that's a real strong connection if a lot of your market is moms as well. I want you guys to think outside the box when it comes to new launches. A lot of you have, well, I'd say maybe half the people on the call were here for new launches and half the people are newer coaches. This is going to be launched on November 1st. Now, on Beachbody On Demand, there's going to be a sneak peek on October 3rd, so next week. And that is going to be available to all of us. I really want you guys to write this down, put it on a sticky somewhere on your computer somewhere, or set a timer in your clock. Make sure that you guys do that, okay? I want you guys either double up on your workout next Monday or make this your workout. It's going to be an opportunity, for you to try it. It's something that, this is very new, guys, with Beachbody On Demand, where we've been able to try these programs before they are launching. So I want you to utilize the tools that Beachbody gives us and to make sure that you educate yourself as much as you can on this program to see who would fit it, to see if people are asking, to see if this would be something that would work for their lifestyle or for their personal goals, okay? So write that down. So October 3rd is a sneak peek for Core de Force. It's going to be all day via Beachbody On Demand. The challenge pack price should be coming out on the 1st, on October 1st. Sorry, let me log out of there. So we'll be able to know what we're working with exactly for the price of that too. Remember, a challenge pack, if you guys are newer coaches, a challenge pack comes with the program plus a month of Shakeology combined at a deeper discount. That also includes Beachbody On Demand too, and access to the groups that we have, access to the Fixate cooking show, all of that stuff that we have on there. And I hope you guys saw the image that I shared a little bit ago in the Team Ignite mentor page as far as the Beachbody On Demand, what's offered on there now. So it's over $4,000 worth of total programs that are offered via Beachbody On Demand, which is like insane. So save that onto your phone. I think that was created by Brigitte Linford. So that's an awesome graphic that was shared through Bombshell. So make sure you guys save that. Another thing to think in mind as far as upcoming programs, two things. This is two-tier. One, I don't want you to feel that you must buy every new program that comes out, okay? If you are a newer coach, I want you to alleviate yourself of, oh my gosh, maybe I just signed up for this particular program. Do I need to buy this? What do I need to do? Okay. You do not need to do that. You're going to be able to try to sneak peek next week, so make sure you do that. Take notes on it, take some pictures of yourself, take selfies, take some video of you doing it. Another thing that we do, and I know we talked about this a while ago, but especially with something like this, if you're not sure if you're going to buy it, take 3 or 4 different tank tops, okay? And alternate your photos and your videos, okay? Some of the different movements that there's going to be on there, things like that, so you guys are going to be able to share value on that you've done it, because you have done it, but also share that it's not all just one big thing, okay? I think that would be a great way to breadcrumb this over the next 5 weeks before it gets launched. Now, with the new program coming up, this is why we're part of a team, okay? Not every single coach is going to be doing every single program, okay? Yes, and Ashley, awesome, thank you. You guys keep looking at the chat box. Ashley just put in there for the FAQ and the sneak peek contest and Twitter. I think it was Core de Force and then sweepstake, #sweepstakes, something like that. So yes, so there's going to be a contest of the top 3 winners, I believe. So when it comes to a new launch, if you guys are planning to do it, the program, I would highly suggest you do a interest group leading up to it, okay? An interest group is a free group that you can advertise and invite to and talk about this program that's coming up and explain it and describe it. So next Monday, when everybody on this team is going to be doing the Coach Sneak Peek, you're going to be able to give personal testimony exactly what it is, how you felt, who you think it would work for, things like no equipment, things, in my opinion, like Jericho had just had a baby. You know, this was a program that she used to come back. A lot of us were able to get some of the moves. We didn't realize we were doing those moves, guys, but some of the moves we did on the Success Club cruise, that was from there. Okay. And some of you guys got to try it as well at Summit in Nashville. So a launch group like that is going to be an interest group where people are aware of how the program works and thinks it might be a need for them. And it's an easier way to transition people into November 1st if they want it. They're going to be in that group, and you can funnel all information into those types of groups. So more, I don't want to say salesy things, but things like more videos in there. You can talk about the price openly in there. We'll be able to have the launch price, and usually what I do is I work with people or explain, to budget for it. If the launch happens in 4.5 weeks, and it's X amount of money, save X amount of dollars per day, or make financial sacrifices, fitness funds jars, things like that. So leading up to November, this could be a killer way to help at least three new people, hitting Success Club for yourself, changing lives by the first day of November, okay? So if we build it up that way and make sure that we're funneling the information and make sure that we're sharing what it is and what this program offers and making sure that we take advantage of the Beachbody tools they give us, I think this can knock it out of the park for everybody for the beginning of November, okay? Again, no weights included. It's a high intensity, fun program. There are fast moves. I don't want to say crazy choreographed, but it took me a couple minutes to get some of these type fast, up, down, left, right. Like it goes really fast. So if you have people who have like program ADD, or they don't want to, some things are too small or too slow or this would be an awesome fit. Okay. So anyway, really think about how you want to share about this. And I would say if you haven't achieved your Success Club goals for September, to really focus on the October group and things like that. But once we get into October, this is definitely something that you can start planting those seeds for November. Remember, you don't hit Success Club. You don't change lives every month the same way. Okay, it's always different on how you're going to share, how you're going to add value, and how you're going to invite. Okay, so core to force. There was the Coach Mobile Office app that had launched in phase 1. So that's something that as it continues to go out, okay, we'll talk more about. And I'm going to try to do some videos with it as well. I was able to play around with some of it this past weekend, and it's super cool, like super, super cool. So things like sponsorship drill down, volume, FAQ, all of those guys that instead of logging in to teambeachbody.com and like enlarging the screen, you're going to have your dashboard, which is available right there, and you're going to continue to add things onto it. So as that continues to roll out to the company, it's awesome, super awesome. Okay, so those were September reminders. So what I wanted to talk about now is a couple big things. So the Diamond Retreat, the Dynasty United all downline, and actually we're going to call it the Diamond Conference, not the Diamond Retreat, okay? This is something that we've been talking about, the 3 stars and above with DU for the past 2 months. And people wanted to kind of talk about retreats and and all that stuff. But you guys may not know this, but the first year for Dynasty United, I actually hosted the Dynasty United Diamond Retreat at my house. So we had like 28, 30 diamonds here, but it was for the entire downline, which was amazing. So it wasn't just personally sponsored coaches from different people. It was the entire downline who achieved a diamond. Obviously, the team is way too big to be able to do that financially. So November 4th through November 6th in Safety Harbor, so that's a little bit north of where I live right now in Clearwater. So this is Tampa Bay area for those of you who aren't local to this area. We're going to be hosting a Dynasty United Diamond Conference, okay? I will tell you the heavy days for that are going to be Friday and Saturday. Now, this is going to be different than a retreat, so there's not going to be like the private house. It's not going to be like this. This is going to be awesome training. So tomorrow, I wish that we had the Zoom. We were supposed to have it yesterday, but some of the girls couldn't do it. So tomorrow is actually going to be our Zoom where we lock everything in exactly as far as speakers and who we're going to get from corporate and whatnot. But the plan is to get people from corporate, obviously. Also, if you're not from this area, you may not know this, but there's huge heavy hitter top 10 coaches here. So we have Matt Way. You may not know this either, but Bonnie Engel is moving here too, so she'll be in Clearwater very soon. And obviously then the Stays and Hefner, and there's killer awesome coaches, and then elite coaches, and then premier coaches, so we're a premier team as well. So this is going to be awesome. As soon as information as far as who will be here gets released, I will give that to you guys, even if it means bypassing a fancy graphic, okay? It's going to be $150. We got a room block, okay? So $150 per night per room. Fits up to 4 girls in there, okay? So if you would be traveling in for this, I think that's a phenomenal price, especially for Safety Harbor Resort and Spa. And the only requirement is to be diamond, okay? That is the requirement. You need to be diamond by the retreat. So November 4th is going to be that, well, November 3rd really is what you're looking as the cutoff for that Thursday. So remember, Beachbody Weeks are Thursday through Wednesday midnight Eastern, okay? So if you have everything ready to go for Diamond Advancement Wednesday night, Thursday, you're going to go Diamond, okay? So this is going to be awesome. There hasn't been something like this for 2.5 years, and it's going to be incredible training, but also phenomenal networking. So if you guys are looking at things like the New Leader Conference in January and wanting to do that, but looking and like, I don't know if I'm going to hit 2-star by then. I don't know if that's going to be something that's going to happen. I cannot emphasize enough to aim for this date, because the networking that you're going to be able to create from this downline, and we're expecting probably 60 to 80 diamonds total, is going to be incredible. Okay, so as soon as tomorrow's Zoom is finalized and I have more information on it, I'll get that out for you. And it's just going to be kind of co-led by the 3 stars and up from Dynasty United. So super, super, super excited about that. Okay, I want you guys to understand like what a big deal that is. Okay, so for those of you pushing for Diamond, make that your absolute deadline date. Okay. Okay. Now I want to go into Super Saturday. So how many of you guys, I don't have everybody on camera, but how many of you guys have attended a Super Saturday before? Okay. Okay. Jessica has it. Okay. So Glenna, I know Ashley flew down from Canada for one last January. It was like amazeballs. Okay, so Super Saturdays are huge in our company, and they are basically kind of quarterly meetings that are put on by local coaches throughout, well, all over. Okay, so let me see. Correct. So Les Mills got their Les Mills workshops from Super Saturdays. Basically, that was kind of what happened after we got Joel Freeman back. But yes, that's exactly what it is. So what they do is it's new product launches, new ideas, new things that are coming up as far as the business aspects of the company. It's also going to be sharing tools and tips and testimonies and resources. We have local coaches, or we get coaches to come in. Usually we get people from corporate. Okay, so corporate mentors, either from Utah or Santa Monica, so over in California office, they come in. They're huge. For me, they were a game changer for my business, and I cannot emphasize enough how important Super Saturdays are, okay? Not just the material they can learn, but you're also going to be able to have, Annalisa, I'm just muting you real quick. You're also going to be able to have access to usually the program. So what they do is the upcoming launch program. Usually we get that, and we're able to do the workout there. So I'm hoping that it's going to be quarter force. Okay, so write it down. So Super Saturday weekend is going to be the October 29th weekend. All right. You need to get online tonight or tomorrow and search out where your local Super Saturday is. And you may not have one in 20 minutes from you, okay? You may have to drive. It is worth the drive, all right? I want to actually show what we're working on, and it's a 1-minute video, but I'm super excited. It's never been done in the company, so the Tampa Market Council has been working really hard on it, and it's basically a Beachbody Olympics. So we're going to have different teams, And the coaches, and this isn't just for coaches, by the way, anybody can come to Super Saturday. So if you have family members who might be skeptical, maybe spouses, okay, who want to learn a little bit more about Beachbody, want to see what this culture is, and want to make sure that, you know, their wife isn't just like online scrolling on Facebook, Super Saturdays are an awesome way to get a partner, a spouse, family member plugged in for them to see this is what we do, and we're not just sitting online, okay? Utilize that. Also for potentials, I've invited potentials who've converted to coaches because they've come to experience what Super Saturdays are and the energy that there is. Okay, so whether there's 10 people at a Super Saturday or hundreds of people, they're super fun and very educational, and something that every single coach needs to be sharing with their downline and leading from the front by attending. So real quick, before we hop into the training that I got from Keyshawn, I want to share this with you guys real quick too, so you can see what we're doing and so you can understand exactly how this all works. I love that. Okay, so I'm really excited about that one. But they're fun. They're all different. There's not one you're going to attend that's going to be exactly the same. Okay, so make sure you guys write that down for the October 29th weekend to make sure that you look up where your local Super Saturday is and get plugged into it and invite your family, invite potentials who showed an interest in coaching and say, hey, come on with me, okay? Come and see it and learn it a little bit. It's 3 hours out of your day, out of your life, and even if it's not, coaching isn't a fit for you, you get a killer workout at the end. So it's a great, great way to encourage potentials. Okay, so what I wanted to do, it's a bit after 9:30, so I wanted to take just a little bit of time, guys, and talk through what Keyshawn went over when she came this past weekend. So I was able to attend this past weekend, which was the Dynasty United personally sponsored Diamond Retreat. And it was an amazing way, you know, to connect with other Diamond coaches and whatnot, which is why I want you guys to be able to experience this in November and Safety Harbor as well. And we were able, or Brittany was able to fly Keyshawn in. Now, Keyshawn is my corporate mentor. So she is the mentor for pretty much 1-star to 4-star diamonds in the Southeast region. Beachbody's growing so exponentially that their managers and sales managers and corporate mentors are continuing to grow and shift and change, and they keep adding more people onto the team. Have you guys, who on here has met Keyshawn? Did you guys meet her or listen to her at all in Nashville? Anybody? Okay. She is like crazy, spunky, awesome energy. She's phenomenal, and it's always so much fun to learn from her and to listen to her talk, whether it's on one of my calls that I have with her or to hear her in person. We actually had her come down, I think it was for the last Super Saturday that we had here. We did it up in Innisbrook, and she's just phenomenal. So what corporate mentors do is they're able to give you feedback on what your goals are. They're able to look at areas that you can improve on, and kind of give you an inside peek on what happens behind the scenes as well. So they have access to everything. So all of your stats, all of your numbers from the day you signed up as a coach, okay? So it's really awesome. I mean, it's sometimes nerve-wracking because I'm like, I didn't hit my numbers. But they really teach you how to think outside the box, to set really humongous goals. And I know that what they're seeing behind the scenes really helps to dictate some of that, because they're saying you can do it. I'm looking at your numbers. I'm looking at your growth. So as you advance as a coach and rank, you'll develop corporate mentors. And Keyshawn she's amazing. She's amazing. So I wanted to go over a little bit of this with you guys. And okay. She had a quote that she started it with, which I absolutely loved. I want you guys to write this down. It is, I'm no longer working with the willing. I'm working with the willing and the doing. And I loved that. Okay. In this business, and I'm sure if you've been a coach for more than a couple of months, you would agree. You know, I think sometimes one of the hardest things about this business is people say they want to do this, and they say, you know, they've got these big goals, and they say they want to do this, and there's no action. Now, I'm very honest, I've missed more goals than I've hit in this. And that's because I've set big goals, and then if you don't hit them, you're still much further along than you would have been if you didn't have those goals in the first place. So it's really important to hit goals that you don't think you're going to be able to achieve, or else what's the point in hitting an easy goal? But I love that when she started it with that. And I think, she says that that's usually what she hears across the board is I have coaches who say they want to do this and then they don't. And she's like, you need to work with the willing and the doing, the people who are putting the time in and who are going to be missing things and failing forward, but they're acting on it. So going into this as you guys grow your teams, I thought that was a great quote. I never heard that before. Okay, she had some suggestions for new leadership, personal development books, and some of them I haven't read before or heard. So I want you guys to write them down because I'm going to look into them too. Wooden on Leadership. I don't have the authors, but we can look them up on Amazon. Start with Whys, WHYS. Crush It, which I've heard of. But she said, really go over that one. That was when Miranda also, another diamond there, star diamond there. Tribes. And the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. So coming from a corporate mentor who has many calls every single day and is talking with people about personal development and hearing what's working for coaches, I really want you guys to hear what some of those were. I thought those were some good recommendations. Okay. She went into leadership as influence, which obviously we all know, and leading yourself. And that's something that we all know, but I can't emphasize that enough, how important it is to pour into yourself before you pour into others. If you guys aren't taking time for yourself, whether physically or for the business or emotionally or mentally or spiritually, you're going to cap out. You're going to plateau, and you're just not going to be able to keep giving because there's nothing left to give. And, you know, she talked about personal development. She also mentioned something about during challenge groups, as far as challengers kind of needing that personal development. She said what she's seen now working is where challengers will pair up kind of as success partners within the challenge groups. And I thought that was really creative. So as people start sharing goals and whatnot, or you could have a live video post or an A/B type follow-up challenge post, but to have people kind of list their goals and then they start pairing up on their own. And she said that the coaches who are doing this, it's helped tremendously because they work together as a team, and usually if one converts to as a coach, the other does as well. And then as they convert to coaches, they already have this camaraderie and this teamwork going on, and they just explode together. So anyway, that's something I hadn't heard before, and I thought that was genius. I thought that was a great way for them to continue to get results, stay plugged into the team, learn the culture of our team, and also just kill it. I thought that was phenomenal. Obviously, to invite, we all know this. There was also something, I'm going to post this in the group, but actually let me bring it up. I'll screen share it. She had a form as far as your why, and it had really good thinker questions. Instead of, I know our last call, we really got into what our whys were. It was a really phenomenal call. But I'm just going to screen share this real quick, and I'll put it in the group later on tonight too. But I thought it was great. More thinker questions. And this is something she said that coaches are using with their team, but also, like we were talking about the pairing up with challengers, they've used this as a assignment as well, kind of breaking it down to maybe a handful of these questions. But capturing this and finding the essence of someone's why as a challenger and having them kind of declare that early on, either in preseason or the first week, she said has really helped to transform the challengers as conversions to coaches, or challengers just really digging in and getting the best results because they're remembering why they signed up and not that they just clicked purchase on a program and are drinking Shakeology. So I thought that these were great. You know, where would you live? Why are these things important to you? If you had more free time, how would your relationships change? How would you contribute to humanity? What kind of legacy would you leave? Just deeper questions than I think that sometimes we get into. And the fact that they have been using this in challenge groups, I thought was another really good idea to really help the engagement in there too. So I'll post that in the group. Okay, what is your elevator speech? Both as a coach and Shakeology. And this is something that I haven't completed our October calendar, but this is actually going to be one of our calls. We're all going to go around and share our elevator speeches. So what's an elevator speech? An elevator speech is if you hop into an elevator, you got 10 flights to go up and you're wearing a Coach jacket or Insanity jacket or something, and they're like, oh, what do you do? Okay, and instead of being like, oh, well, have you heard of the programs, you know, on TV? And yeah, so like I work with that company, you know what I mean? And the doors open, you're like, bomb. So I think it's really important that we all, if we don't have one, we think of it so we know it should roll right off our tongue, exactly what we do, exactly what we represent, and how it's changing lives, okay? These were some ideas that she had from people who had shared. Instead of just being health and wellness coach, and there's a couple, so write some of these down. There's one I thought this was great. So small business owner, an advocate or ambassador. So an advocate or ambassador of health or health and fitness or whatever you want to tagline that with. I help people transform their lives. I love that. I would love starting my elevator speech with that. What do? I help people transform their lives through health and fitness and camaraderie and friendship and support. And I think that is like right there. If I started with that, I think that would be boom, right there. They'd understand that. She also said that instead of saying, you know, like I work for Beachbody or something like that, remember we're all independent owners, independent coaches. So we're CEOs of our own business on this. So to say my business is partnered with Beachbody. Beachbody is such a big brand now that I think that does have that high brand recognition. But instead of it being I work for them, this is what I do. You are a small business owner. You are an entrepreneur who is branded or who is partnered with Beachbody, okay? And of course, mentor or motivator. So all of these I thought were awesome because none of them included the word coach. I know, and you guys might agree, some of you might agree with this. Before I signed up, one of my big hesitations was the word coach. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I didn't go to college for health and wellness. Like I'm having a hard time just finding my groove as it is. So, and now I'm going to coach somebody on that. So I think a lot of times the word coach can be really heavy and intimidating for some people. So I thought these were really great examples of ways that you can explain what you do in a more relatable way and a less intimidating way that somebody would be interested in learning. So for Shakeology, we're going to be going through that too. I thought it was another great idea. So another call, we're going to have our Shakeology speech. You guys need to learn and relearn Shakeology. I have to be very honest. Shakeology is not something that I feel I focus enough on. And Shakeology in this business is the residual earnings that you are going to have. Somebody is not going to be buying a new program every month. They won't, okay? If they're drinking Shakeology and getting the results, which we all have gotten because we all drink it, that is where not only does residual orders come and the income comes, but the transformations happen and the overall well-being, and people are just happier and healthier, and that's where it is. So we had a leadership training a couple months ago, and we had Shay Stanford, who's an elite 15-star diamond coach, come, and she had a great way of phrasing it. She goes, we're not a workout, how did she phrase it? We're not a workout company that sells shakes. We're really a shake company that has workout programs. And she's heavy, and I mean, that's what she does, is she learns about Shakeology, and she knows every single ingredient, and that's her thing. But when she said it that way, I'm like, gosh, for me right there, that was a mental shift. I don't focus enough on the nutritional part of it. And that's something that we all need to keep in mind. So we're going to be working on our Shakeology elevator speeches too. So I want you guys to write that down. I need you guys to think about it, and I need you guys to practice it. If you wear a Shakeology shirt and you're at the park with your kids and somebody's like, I heard of that, or you have got your shaker cup, and they're like, what is it? What do you say? Like it's the healthiest meal of the day. You need to figure out a way to make it relatable and to learn about it. Okay, so anyway, that's something I want you guys to write down. That's some homework as well. So elevator speech as far as a coach, and elevator speech as far as what Shakeology is and how to share it. Okay. All right. And it's only about 5 more minutes. So she was talking about having obviously a solid vision as to why you're coaching and what you're doing. And like I said, I'm going to be sharing that in the group too. She said, become obsessed with your challengers' results. As a leader, I will tell you guys, this is something where I fall short on too much. Okay. I wish challenge groups would be 7 days. I have a hard time when I get from that 2 to 3 week period. I have a very hard time. And she said that the percentage now company-wide, so the average percentage is 71% of diamond and above started off as challengers. That is a huge statistic, okay? So again, the ideas that she shared, that I just shared with you, as far as pairing people up kind of as success partners within challenge groups based on their personal goals, or maybe their energy or their gems, personality gems, see what makes people tick. Or you just have this feeling like your auras are meant to be together. Or location, 2 people who are in the same location, things like that, where they can get together and work out together, or get their kids together, do something like that, would work out really well. But 71% of diamond and above start off as challengers. That's crazy to me. She was talking about having a pep rally during preseason. And this is kind of something that we already do, because we do our Sunday night preseason Zoom calls. And I can tell you that the challengers who usually attend those Zoom calls are the ones that at some point either convert to a coach or my longtime challengers. It works for them. They love it. And it breaks down that barrier as far as you're not just a name on a screen, you're a person. So this is what helps tremendously. I vividly remember my first Google Hangout before Zoom existed, and I was so excited. I'm like, oh, look, Vu, see, they exist. I told you I was talking to real people. So excited by that. She also said that some coaches are doing graduation parties at the end of their groups. And what they discuss are results. So they do a post and collect their challengers' results, and everybody gets on, and like the coaches put on little party hats or whatever, and kind of go through awesome results that challengers have had, and talk about the success that they're getting and how to pay the VIP price. So people are getting those awesome results, and they lost 10, 12, whatever it is, and they want to continue. Talk about the coach conversion as a VIP price. And I thought that was a great idea, because sometimes, again, that coach thing, if they don't want to coach, if they want to be a discount coach, they don't have to pay more as a challenger. They don't have to pay $130 a month for that. Do a review at the end of the group. So use a survey. You can plug a survey in to see, what can improve, what did you like the best, what motivated you the most. What was your favorite post? What was your least favorite post? Things like that. And change it up again. Instead of calling it Success Club, calling it Changing Lives Club. And that's something I need to work on more, because that's exactly, people aren't points. That's not what we're doing. I swear by it to this day that in our business, The easiest part is when somebody purchases, okay? When somebody clicks it and they purchase. Then our job begins versus the majority of network marketing, they work for the purchase. And then the purchase is done and it's like, okay, let me know if you need anything. So I think it's really important for us to remember that. Okay. And she also talked about kind of some more statistics, and some of this has to do with diamonds, but after diamonds, after they advance, they spend 80% of the time leading and then not building the team because they stop recruiting. So again, it's really, really, really important that we're always inviting and we're always recruiting and teaming up and working together as a team, which is the culture of our team. That's what we do. But you can divide your month up by the first half is team growth and recruitment and building, and the second half is leading your team. That's something that Brittany started to do recently, and I think that is phenomenal. So you have your personal goals for how many people you want to help, people that you're inviting, whatnot. You spend the first 2 weeks that, and the second half of the month, it's projects, it's leading your team, maybe it's new templates, it's this, it's that, it's getting into the nitty-gritty and making sure that you're leading effectively. I will tell you as a leader, I mean, everybody who attends these calls, we're all leaders, whether you're a brand new coach or you've been in the business for 3 years. That's a serious struggle as far as growing your business and leading your team at the same time. And that's something that I struggle with, and I think I probably always will because teams evolve and dynamics change. But to look at each month and say, these are my goals, and I need to treat the 15th of the month as my personal end of month as far as my goals. So you have the basics done, and then you pour into your team the second half of it. And I thought that was, we've heard it before, but it's something that Brittany's recently implemented, and it's worked very, very well for her. So I wanted to share that too. So, okay, it's 9:52. That is the best that I had from Keyshawn. And again, it's just her energy, and I can't wait for you guys to like meet her. If you guys are in the Southeast, she'll be your mentor as you grow your business, and you'll be able to see her in Nashville and the Success Club trips, things like that. So she's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so looking into October, again, we're going to have the sneak peek for Core de Force on Monday. Everybody needs to talk to their team about that. You all need to make it a priority to do that. Again, lay out time, maybe a couple different outfits, selfies, videos, ways that you're going to be able to breadcrumb that through the entire month as you prepare for it, if that's something that you've decided to do. Again, you don't have to buy the program. I encourage you, if that's going to be your niche and if that's your thing, that cardio and that kind of choreographed and really fast, I think would be a phenomenal fit. Lean on the other coaches. If coaches are going to be getting it, talk with them about it. You don't have to buy every single program that comes out. And I think that's it. I'm going to be starting Ultimate Reset on Monday or Wednesday, and I'm really nervous about it, but I'm excited. So I will be sharing that as well. I know Steph just finished it too, so bravo, Steph. I know, really nervous. I cried the second day, my first time, so let's see if I can get through it. But anyway, okay, it's almost 10, so we're not going to have casual chat tonight, but I know I threw a lot at you guys. Diamond Retreat, Super Saturdays, training, Health Bet, Core de Force, Coach Mobile Office, and remember, as we go into the fourth quarter, just don't quit, okay? It's going to get hard. It's going to get rough at times, and I just want you guys to remember why you're doing this and why your why is so important, and let that fuel you, not all the other chatter and white noise going on around you, okay? Okay, you guys have an awesome night. I'm super proud of you for getting on, and we will chat more in the mentor page too, okay? All right, have a good night, guys. Finish September strong, okay? Friday night. It's not over till it's over. Okay, bye, guys.